What's good, you guys? Janelle here, back at it again with a Go Battle League. This is the last time I will be doing a Great League video until the next time the Great League is back. Because once I upload this, it's going to be Ultra League. So I'm going to showcase my XL Medicham that I run. It's not all the way up to level 50. I don't have enough candies. So I do have rank 6, I believe, is my Medicham, because it's a 14 attack, 14 HP, and 15 defense. It's like 96%. My Stunfisk is rank 148. Sorry, pardon me. And my Azu is rank 63. Lucky Pokemon. Shout out to the wifey for that lucky trade right there. So we have a lead with Toxicroak, and Toxicroak is actually problematic for Stunfisk and Azu. So I want to win the lead as quickly as possible. So I want to take this Toxicroak out. So I know that he has a Mud Bomb. So I quickly shield that one. And here I thought I made a mistake, or I don't know if that was lag or what. But he did bring one more fast move right there. He got to his Sludge Bomb. Or maybe he was very, this player was good. But yeah, I go for my Azu, and they go for Skarmory. And this Hydro Pump should take a lot of damage, probably 70%. Oh, actually, it's not. Never mind. My Azu is not like super high rank, but yeah, it took a lot of damage. That's Skarmory. So it goes for his Sky Attack. It does not do. I mean, it's okay. It's good neutral damage. But at this range, the Sky Attack should take me out. Yeah, so it does. So I go for my Stunfisk, and he changes to his Obstagoon. I try and go for Earthquake first, because I know that my Medicham is already low. And once it's low enough, I thought I could catch his one of his charge moves on my Medicham, but my opponent was very smart and saved it for my Stunfisk, and he had a cross drop. Oh my gosh, so good thing I had a shield left for that one, and it's game over for my opponent. So let's go to the next game. And yeah, as you can see, I am still on ace rating, because it's honestly a roller coaster, and it's pretty tough. There's a lot of good players in the PvP league, and man, I'm just still learning and actually enjoying it. So it's definitely good times, and it's at the end of the day, it's for Stardust purposes as well, because as you saw in the beginning of the video, I am running out of Stardust. I need to go back to at least a million Stardust before I power up any more Pokemon. But I hope you guys are gonna be excited for the Ultra League. I know it's gonna be a new meta, and I have an interesting team, to say the least, that I could run, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be really good or really bad. So we'll see how that goes. So right here we have a Politoed, and this Politoed has already stored enough energy for Earthquake or 2 Weather Balls. And I go here for Play Rough to get his last shield. And around this range, Toxicroak, if I Play Rough it should almost take them out. And of course I shield the Sludge Bomb. Yeah, anything above 3 or 4 fast moves that Toxicroak does, I'm just gonna shield it, because I'm really afraid of Sludge Bomb. It's really strong. And here I thought he had an Earthquake, because he had enough. So as you can see, he got enough for 2 Weather Balls, so he probably had enough for an Earthquake, but I'm not sure why he didn't. And maybe he was debating on it, or whether or not he would beat me at that range, or maybe he didn't have it as a secondary. Yeah, and this is game over for my opponent, because Stunfisk and Azu do really well against Marowak at the 0 shields. Yeah, so this is GG, and I want the Marowak to throw. Yeah, so we see MP tie. So he had to throw right there, and then my Azu is just gonna go clean it up. And I thought here he would have energy for a Bone Club, so I just went for the play rough, just to make sure he didn't try and like Bone Club me, because my Medicham's counters would be doing like little to no damage on that Marowak, but he was already low anyways. So here he goes for a Azu lead. And I was hoping he had Hydro Pump and not Play Rough at this point. And he does have Play Rough, you guys. And yep, this I should have on this. I remember this match. Yeah, I should have stored more energy every time I use Play Rough. Just gone one more bubble, because it would take more energy for them to go to Hydro Pump. I believe it's like 1 or 2 more bubbles, so I should have just went just one above. But yeah, that's for next time for me to practice on. And I shield this one because I know I'm really close to another Play Rough. And yeah, go for my last Play Rough, hoping that they shield this so I can go for either a Medicham, but they didn't shield, so they go for a Swampert. And here I think I let it go. Yeah, to let it go. I let it go. I go to my Medicham. I already have an Ice Punch stored, and this is where I hope and pray that they shield, and they do shield it. And as you can see, my Medicham is also praying. Also praying that it worked. That shield bait worked, and it did. And I go for Psychic, and at this range it should take them out. Yeah, and it does take them out. And they have an Altaria at the back, so my opponent is in a very losing position right here, since Altaria and Medicham having Ice Punch on it is game over for him. So if you guys are struggling or wanted to know more on how to team build, there is on PvP Poke a team building section right there. I believe on my intro on my YouTube video for new people, you guys can check it out and then see as I give out a little bit of information about it and how to utilize PvP Poke and Stadium Gaming for IV rankings. So yeah, so next we have a Bastiodon. I thought this was gonna be Bastiodon and 2 grass at the back, but it has a normal Victory build, so my Rock Slide do not do as much damage as if it was a Shadow. And I call the bait, it's the Acid Spray, but since they Acid Sprayed me, I'm losing so much health, so I go for my Rock Slide right here. And they shield that up, and actually I was super happy that in that match a shield was gone in their side. So they go for a Skarmory. I just count just to see, and this Skarmory has enough for 2 Brave Birds, I believe. So here I load on energy to go for a Hydro Pump, and 2 Hydros should take out this Bastiodon. And yeah, this if I play rough right now, it would not take out that Bastiodon. Bastiodon is a real tank, like a huge tank. And yeah, I go for as much as possible. Like I maxed out on my energy right here, and then I know that the Skarmory has like 2 Sky Attacks possible, could go for a third one as well. And here I go for a Ice Punch just to chip it away and just to see if they shield. And they do shield on the first one. And yeah, this Medicham is like fully loaded right here. So I let this one go, I believe. Yeah, I let this one go. It's super effective, but my Azu has enough for a Hydro Pump right there. And it's game over. Good game to my opponent. And we'll go to the next one. Chi 73. Alright. Alright, Skarmory versus Medicham. Very negative for me. So I switched to Azu, and they have a Ferrothorn at the back, so I just go for my Hydro Pump. I believe I let it go. I let this all go. Because once I go for Hydro Pump on Ferrothorn, I was hoping that Ferrothorn would not Bullet Seed me all the way down and would use its energy, and this was perfect. Because it used all its energy, so it's back to 0. So when my Medicham comes back, their energy is depleted. And then get to one more Power Whip. But I want to save as much energy as possible on my Medicham. Because they do, of course, have Skarmory. And here was my mistake, because they changed. So I had a Stunfisk and they had a Whiscash, and I think if I stayed with the Medicham and just tried to use Psychic or Ice Punch on Whiscash, I would have won this game, because Stunfisk would have been aligned with Skarmory instead of Stunfisk being on Whiscash. But that was definitely my own fault right there. Yeah, because the mud bombs that Whiscash is doing is adding up, and it's like game over for me. Like, even though my Medicham is at max power, I wouldn't be able to get rid of both Skarmory and Whiscash at this range. And this Skarmory is like super loaded on energy. So yeah, this is game over. Yeah, and here's the part where I wanted to see how much Psychic would do on the Skarmory. Yeah, so that was a great set for me. I went 4 out of 5. And we go to a next one. So on my second set, it's Atto Rat. So yeah, like I said, you guys, for my rating is still on ace because of the whole roller coaster ride of me going and playing all 5 sets every single day. But I do enjoy it quite like a lot, actually, because it does urge me to find the Pokemons that I want, and it makes me really enjoy Pokemon Go, so that's awesome. And here my opponent does have enough for Energy Ball, but I want them to take me out, and I do shield this one because I know I have Play Rough stored at this moment. Yeah, I want them to take them out so that I can go for my Medicham, and then I'll try and farm it down as much as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, they don't even have enough. They didn't even have the counter just literally destroyed that Abomasnow, and this was the biggest mistake in this match, was letting that Shadow Ball go through. And in hindsight, yeah, I should have shielded that one. But this Jellicent had so much energy stored anyways. So yeah, that was GG. Great game. So we go here to a different team with Vigoroth and Mew. And this Mew, every time I face a Mew, I shield the first one because I want to see what they're running. They have a Grass Knot, so I can take let me see. I can possibly take 2 Grass Knots. Yeah, it would take 2 Grass Knots for me to die, I believe, at this range. So I let this one go. Oh, I don't let this one go. Never mind. So I shield both Grass Knots, and it goes to another grass knot, but here I know that I could take it. I was really afraid of the wild charge. So if he had grass knot and wild charge, it would have been pretty tough right here. So I barely survived that, and he counters me down with Vigoroth, and he has one shield. So I go for Medicham, and he goes for Body Slam, and Body Slam does quite a bit of damage on my pardon me, does I'm sorry, I just had a really good lunch. My Medicham does really, yeah, it does have is bulky but not too bulky, but yeah, it's when something is super effective like ghost moves, it's not as strong on defense. So yeah, Stunfisk right here will take all the sky attacks from Skarmory. And the last one he has is Brave Bird. And here I go for my Rock Slide. I don't think he shields, and this was my opponent winning, because I was hoping that he shielded that so that I could go to Medicham. But my opponent was very smart, and here was my other mistake, is I threw Ice Punch, and you see how I undercharge it, just realizing that, oh, he has a Skarmory at the back, so I can't really try and beat that one. So yeah, that was game over. So I'm already at 2 losses on my second set, but it don't matter. I know this team is quite good, and it covers a lot of the meta in the Great League. So I shield the Sludge Wave. Thankfully, I go for a play rough, and my opponent is gonna shield. So they're gonna shield this one, because they're probably thinking that I'm pretty weak to Swampert. So I let go of this Sludge Wave, and he undercharges a lot, actually. I'm pretty sure he undercharged that. Because or the IVs on that Swampert wasn't great. But anyway, I go for Hydro on his Skarmory. I wait for the timer, and I'm gonna go to my Stunfisk. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to go for a Rock Slide here and try and farm it down. And they go for the Brave Bird. Yeah, so I'm storing as much energy as possible, so I have 2 Rock Slides available just in case they shield. And they don't shield the first one. So I wanted to see what they're gonna bring in. And they have a Swampert. So he brings in the Swampert again. And I do have to stay in, because of course I want to lower up the Swampert. And here at the back they have their own Stunfisk. So he caught my Ice Punch to his own Stunfisk, which was a great move by my opponent. But at this range, I believe I'm in a winning position, since we both have 1 shield and the counters are doing so much. Yeah, and here I was afraid that it was going to be an Earthquake, but Earthquake at this range would not have KO'd me anyways. But I just wanted to save as much health as possible. Yeah, and here we see MP tie, and the Hydro Cannon is not does not KO me at that range. And yeah, he gets the last shield, but I switch quickly to Stunfisk, hoping I go to my Rock Slide, and I do. Yeah, so that was a good call for me. I think we either CMP tied, or I got that fast move faster. So here he has a Grand Bull, you guys. They have a Grand Bull as lead, and as you can see, the charms are chunking away on my Azumarill's health, and I need to destroy it before it keeps chunking my health right here. So he shields his first one, and I don't shield this one because it's either a Focus Blast or a Crunch, and it is a Crunch. So yeah, so I go for my play rough right here. Fairy on Fairy, and he shields that one as well, and I go for my Stunfisk, and I shouldn't do too much here. I was scared of cross drop, so I had to shield, of course, and I switch. Yep, I switch. I store my energy, so when Granbull comes back, I have energy for it, and I don't shield anything here. It's either cross chop or night slash, which are not very effective. Yeah, so I just farm it all the way down. Of course, they go to their Granbull again. But Granbull is super glassy. Like I think if that play rough went through, it would have taken more than 50% of its health. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, this is game over for my opponent. It's a good game. Yeah, I'll target at the back. So next is NS0714. He has a Marowak lead, so I'm in a bad lead right here. So I quickly switch to Azu, and I see a Wish Cache, and honestly, this was great for me because I would rather have Azu against a Wish Cache than Medicham or Stunfisk, of course. So I'm gonna keep throwing play roughs at it, and yeah, I don't shield until I'm out of yellow, I believe. Yeah, just go all the way here. I'm just gonna keep hitting play roughs at it. Yeah, and one of them connects. Yep, and at this range, I really needed to get rid of this Wish Cache or keep it as low as possible. Yeah, so my Medicham comes back and I try and undercharge it. Yeah, so I can have one more counter in. Because I know this Marowak, if he has a Shadow Ball, it would one-shot me. But he had a Shadow Bone instead, so I had enough for a Ice Punch. Yeah, so I have enough for an Ice Punch just to chunk away some of that health that he has. But this Marowak is going to town. He has so much energy. So I was thinking to myself, as long as this Marowak keeps using its energy on my Azu, I should be winning. And he goes for a Shadow Bone, which was interesting. And here I thought I was gonna lose because as you can see, my Azu already had enough energy for Hydro or Play Rough, but I overtapped, which is, I thought it was a huge mistake. So I was like, oh gosh, I'm gonna lose it yet again. But thankfully, like I said, he used all his energy, and he had a Clefable at the back. And yeah, it's game over for my opponent because Clefable takes a million years to use its moveset, so it's game over, and I win that match. So I went 3 out of 5 on that last set. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.